We've all been there. You're standing in the beer aisle staring at the same selection that was there last week and just wishing you could try something different. That's where Tavour comes in. Tavour is the best and easiest way for you to get the beers that you can't find in your favorite bottle shop.
No need to hunt down people to trade with or worry about sending some sketchy guy a PayPal account hoping that he delivers on the bottle that you want. Tavour has your back. They only work with independent breweries, so there's no risk of getting suckered into buying an InBev beer pretending to be a craft brew.
And it's insanely easy. Just sign up for your free account, download the Tavour app for your Android or iPhone, and you'll get notifications when new beers are ready. Just go to the app and click Get It, and they'll put the quantity requested aside for you and ship it to your door. You can ship as many beers as you want for a flat fee, and you can schedule your delivery as soon as 1 week and as late as 5 after you select the beer you want to buy.
And now, fans of Craft Brewed Sports can get $10 in credit after you buy your first beer through Tavour.com. Just go to our website, craftbrewedsports.com, and click the Tavour link in the menu bar. Create your free account, and after your first beer is shipped out, you'll see a $10 credit hit your account. There's no commitment, no contract, no gimmicks, just great beer delivered directly to your door. It's summertime. That means beer, cookouts, and of course golf. So the next time you're ready to tee it up, be sure to make your tee times at 12ouncesportsradio.com. That's right, you can now book tee times on 12 Ounce Sports Radio.
Yep, just go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com and scroll to the bottom of any page. Click the banner that says Book Like a Pro, enter your course or enter a zip code, and then select a tee time of your choice. You'll get up to 50% off each time you book through 12 Ounce Sports Radio.
So when you're ready to cheat your friends like Mike did in high school, just go to 12ouncesportsradio.com. That's the numbers 120Z sportsradio.com and book your tee times today.
This is Bronson Arroyo from the Cincinnati Reds, and you're listening to Craft Brewed Sports with Scott and Mike.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Joe's sitting there behind the computers. We're fucking...
What was that pause?
I'm flustered, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm really flustered. This is Craft Brewed Sports. Scott, you ready to tap this keg of sports knowledge?
I am, and we are live from Fretboard Brewing. Woo! No, wait. They're the motherfuckers of the week. We are not live from Fretboard Brewing like we told you we would be. We're in the Speakeasy. We're still doing the show because we're professionals, goddammit. So yeah, I'll pump, you pour.
All right, deal. Let's talk about what happened. So we were
elephant in the room.
Yeah, we were supposed to broadcast live from Fretboard tonight. We were going to do an interview there, get the audience hanging out. It was going to be a good time, but we looked at the website like this week to do some research, figure out some things about the brewery.
Last week was when we found out.
Right.
Because we gave them a heads
That's
up
a good point.
More than a week in advance.
All right, cool. So we tried to get everything set up. We were ready to go, and then we looked and realized that there was a music act booked.
Keep in mind that they approached us May 31st about doing a show. We confirmed with them multiple times that there wouldn't be anything else going on because we didn't want to mess up anything. We weren't looking to, necessarily force the issue because we knew that they had live music usually on Thursdays, and they assured us, oh, no, it's free and clear. You guys, we took posters over to them.
So
you guys knew about it.
We were ready to go. We were ready to do that show and got double booked. And in an effort, we realized that trying to do this show with a musician playing in the same room as us,
impossible.
It wasn't going to work out. So to make sure that we gave you guys the best show, to make sure that the listeners on YouTube, the listeners on 12 Ounce Radio heard the right show and didn't hear just music playing and all, and to be fair to the musician, because if I'm up there playing a show, I don't want to hear guys in the background making dick jokes and talking about motherfucker of the week.
Well, we do a little bit more than make dick jokes.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
To be fair to the musician,
I wonder, though, too, if the musician knew that we were supposed to be performing since we didn't get the heads up, I wonder if he knew that, oh, yeah, by the way, there's going to be these guys over, doing a podcast, also broadcasting right over the speakers. So you're cool with that, right? Because I wouldn't be if I was the musician.
No, I'd be furious.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So we let the brewery know that it's not going to work out, and we decided to pull out of the deal. So that's where we're at. So here we are.
Our pullout game was strong this week.
Yeah. So here we are back in the Speakeasy, which is fine. We still have a great show for you guys tonight. It's going to be a good time. So let's get into right away, Motherfucker of the Week, since we did take a little bit longer on the intro there. Scott, give us the first option for Motherfucker of the Week.
Your first option for Motherfucker of the Week is and I got to look at this dude's name because I couldn't
Steve
write it
Keim.
down. Steve Keim? Okay, cool. The Cardinals GM got pulled over for a DUI stop. This was a few months back, but the report just came out. During that DUI stop, he not only tried to say that he was actually not the GM of the Cardinals, but rather a director of security for them. Not really sure why, considering you could Google his name and deny that claim almost immediately. He also decided he was going to name drop a cop who had died 4 years prior. So, pretty big piece of shit. This wasn't his first DUI. He had a DUI, I think, 7 or 8 years prior, but, was sitting there on July 4th, apparently having some pizza and more than a few beers that he claimed, and got pulled over because, drunk driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he decided he was going to lie twice in the same DUI stop.
Dropping a cop's name that's dead is a ballsy move.
That is, and it's also a low move.
It's really, but that just tells me he doesn't really know this dude. Like he didn't drop it intentionally. Like, oh, I know that guy. He dropped a name that he remembered, and the cop was like, pretty sure he's dead. And it was like, oh, fuck. Well, that backfired.
Classy move. Move.
That's your first option. Second option is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I almost said the NFL Hall of Fame. It's the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Everybody forgets that.
They came out today and said that they will not mention T.O. at all and will be mailing him his gold jacket during the Hall of Fame ceremony. As you guys know, we talked about on the show, T.O. basically said that he wasn't going to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony. He was going to bail on it. He's doing it at his college, doing his own thing. So he bailed out
last week,
and the Hall of Fame was like, fine, you're going to bail out? Then we won't even mention your name.
Which I find hard to believe just a tad bit. I don't know how you could have the entire weekend and they're talking about the complete class. I have a feeling that his name will get mentioned.
Well, they did say that if they're talking about the class as a whole, his name will, but there will be nothing.
Single him out.
They're not going to make any notice of him being one of the inductees during the speeches. They won't say anything about him, and just went full on petty and said, we'll mail you your gold jacket. How about that?
Joe and I were talking about it before the show. How do you think they mail that? They just ball it up, put it in one of those plastic bags.
Yep.
It goes snail mail, and they stick one stamp on it. Good luck. It shows up wrinkled as fuck.
The Postal Service is like, do you want confirmation of delivery? Nope. Don't give a shit.
No return address.
Yep,
if it makes it, it makes it.
Yeah.
If not, oh, you didn't get that to you? Well, sorry.
Yep. Sorry, man. So those are your motherfuckers of the week. Go ahead and put those votes in on our Facebook page. We will reveal the winner by the end of the episode. Let's talk about this beer that we're drinking that I have not had a chance to take a sip of yet. This week, this is another one from Tavor that we ordered. This is Bollywood Theater by Gilgamesh Brewing. Very fancy beer. This is a pale ale, 6% ABV. Gilgamesh does this thing with the chef series where they pair with a local chef and have a chef-inspired beer, and the chef kind of helps them with what flavors to put in it to pair with whatever food they serve. So this was from a guy, Chef Troy, who runs Bollywood Theater in the brewery. It's a lot of Indian food, so he wanted to come up with something that would pair well with Indian food. So they have the flavor profile, according to Gilgamesh. They're saying that there's tones of toffee and fruitness. There's also a pomegranate flavor, and it's made with Darjeeling tea. 3.5.
Fancy as fuck.
Yeah, super fancy. 3.54% caps on Untapped. It's not rated on Rate Beer, which I found that kind of surprising. But if it's a limited release, that's probably why.
Yeah.
So you've already had a little bit. What are your initial thoughts, man?
Solid. The flavors aren't very strong, which I feel like Darjeeling tea on its own has a very strong flavor. But pomegranate is very light.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's good. It's refreshing, but the flavors aren't very heavy at all.
Yeah, you're right. I just had that first sip. There's really not much to this. I don't really taste much of anything in this one except for
there's
pale
not
ale.
much. I was gonna say there's not much of a smell to it either. You don't get like strong.
It's kind of weird. Like the last couple of weeks, we have had beers that are so overpowering that it's like, well, fuck, yep, that's orange juice. Or and this one, it's like
heavily muted.
Yeah, there's not a lot to this one at all. It's drinkable. It's definitely drinkable, but
it's smooth.
Not as advertised. Joe, what do you think so far of this beer?
Meh.
All right, solid.
Well, as I said, it is 3.54 on Untapped, which isn't a great rating. I guess we're seeing why. A little underwhelming to start with. Now, they did say, I will tell you this, they did say the flavors do come out as it warms up a little bit more. Said ideal temperature is 55 degrees on this one, so maybe it's just too cold right now.
It could be the ultimate. We'll see how this holds up.
Yes.
Although I would be super impressed if all of a sudden the flavor starts coming in stronger later on.
It would be really cool, actually, if that happens. I'd be super pumped if that
I would not be
happens.
mad about that.
No, that'd be really cool. All right, so we will see how this one holds up. We'll see if the flavors do start coming out on this one. And for now, let's move into Upper Deck.
And Upper Deck, as always, is brought to you by Minuteman Tickets, owned by a couple of local Ohio dudes who are sports fans just like all of you.
Minuteman helps customers find the best deals on the market. These guys are all about honesty all the time, every time. If someone's got a better price, they'll tell you straight up.
But Minuteman isn't just about sports or concerts. They'll help you out with tickets to literally any event you want. They'll even sell your tickets for you.
And with college football right around the corner, be sure to hit up Minuteman for all of your OSU football ticketing needs.
Go like them on Facebook, where they do weekly giveaways of merchandise, sports, and concert apparel, and obviously tickets.
Check them out at MinutemanTickets.com or give them a call at 614-943-3000 and avoid all of the fees. That's 614-943-3000.
All right, well, Upper Deck is very Major League Baseball heavy this week, to say the least.
As all sports stories are right about now.
This time of year. And we'll kick things off with Indians pitcher Trevor Bauer, who's back at it again. This dude's been pretty interesting since coming into the league. This story, no different. A Yahoo Sports MLB podcast recently, Bauer said that he plans on only signing one-year deals from now until the time he walks away from the game. That's kind of odd because most players are obviously seeking financial security, a long-term deal provides, and they also don't have to worry about year-to-year performance or injury. But the reason he's partly doing this is because he made a bet with one of his best friends that not long after he got drafted, he would never sign a multi-year deal. And if he did sign a multi-year deal, his friend could shoot him square in the dick with a paintball gun.
Damn.
I mean, 10 feet away, but still, that's about as square in the dick as you can get with a paintball gun.
I don't want to be 20 feet away and getting hit in the dick.
I don't want
with a paintball
anybody
gun.
shooting me in the dick with any type of projectile from any type of distance.
Shooting and dick, shooting and my dick should not be in the same sentence.
Well, I guess
certain sentences. All right, okay.
Depends on the situation.
Okay, my bad.
But wait, there's more. Bauer also said that unless he wins 3 Cy Young awards, he won't get married or have kids until he's 45. So it's a whichever comes first type deal. He currently has 0. He's 27. And I mean, I like Trevor Bauer. He's a pretty solid pitcher, but he's got a lot of competition each year as far as winning a Cy Young. It's not as if they're just going to hand him one because they heard, oh, you won't have a wife and kids until you're 45?
You need 3?
You need help?
All right. Well.
And I mean, winning 3 in a career, that's tough to do. I mean, some of the greatest might not have
a lot
won
to win.
3 in a career.
That tells me that this dude just doesn't want to get married ever.
Right. It's obvious ploy to just not get married or have kids. Which also not against. And if you're talking about being a Major League Baseball player and you got all that going on, I mean, hey, do you? I mean, unless he's planning on playing till he's 45, then it becomes a little strange.
Yeah, very strange at that point. But I mean, is he really planning on playing until he's 45 if he's only signing 1-year contracts?
He probably won't make it that long.
Right,
I guess.
exactly. They're going to eventually stop signing those contracts.
Right. Either way, Trevor Bauer never change.
You're such a fucking weirdo, man.
He is. He's
him and that
odd
weird
dude.
420-69 contract that he had. Like, that dude's just a fucking weirdo, man. All right, well, let's talk a little MLB again.
Little MLB again.
This should just be our intro for every one of these stories.
Yep.
All right, anyone surprised that the MLB does things backwards? Anybody?
Nope.
Yep, me neither. Here's a perfect example of that. As bad of a rap as the MLB All-Star voting gets, there's one thing that deserves far more shit. As people were talking about All-Star snubs on Twitter, Justin Verlander revealed something about the actual process that I'm actually kind of surprised about. I didn't realize this happened. But for the players' vote, players actually have to use a paper ballot, and then they have to mail the ballot in to Major League Baseball, where somebody then counts all of these ballots, tallies them up, and that's how the player vote gets done for the MLB All-Star Game. What fucking year is it, man?
So fucking old white man.
It really is old white
This
man.
is
Like,
the definition. Don't trust that internet. You guys mail it in. Paper and pen.
yeah.
No
And
hanging chads.
So the reason why Verlander was bringing this up is because players who have, a run towards the leading up to the All-Star Game, guys may have voted weeks ago, and they voted based on what had happened up to that point, and then all of a sudden they were just like, yep, there's this is just what it is, and then somebody goes on a run, and too bad you didn't get the player vote because we already sent in our ballots. Fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. I had a whole shtick lined up for making fun of baseball and being old, but these stories just pile up on one another.
I hate that I love baseball. That's where I'm at right now. I hate that I'm such a baseball fan.
I know. Every time something like this comes out, too, I'm just reminded they're just going to kill this thing slowly, huh? They're just never going to adapt,
ruining
never
it
going to
all.
be up to date, just keep on doing things like it's 1910. God, man. I mean, do they insist that they're carried on horseback, too, when they deliver the mail?
Well, that's how it gets sent. It's Pony Express that picks it up, and then they send it back to 1995, and that's where the tallying takes place. I just want to know, whose job is it to be sitting in the MLB offices
Counting
and be
up
like,
votes?
I got 3 more. Oh, great. Add them to the whiteboard over here. Because it's a whiteboard. They got to have a white. It's not a chalkboard. They're like, that's the wrong color. They got a whiteboard that they just keep track of.
But chalkboards are so much more old school, so they probably do. They probably got the individual
That's
ones
true.
in their lap.
That's a good point. Yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right. It is the chalkboard.
Whiteboards are too forward.
Somebody washes it in between.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing, man? We got to count all these ballots again.
Classic.
MLB. Come on, man.
Well, this is interesting. We already told you the story for Motherfucker of the Week, but we're doubling up on it.
Did we leave that story in?
That's what I was doing while I was I thought we did too. But hey, we'll tell you it again. So we already mentioned
Quick one here.
Kime, GM, got pulled over for a DUI July 4th. According to the Arizona Republic, cops noted that he had a slight slur and smelled like booze. Said he had a few beers and some pizza. Well, that's damn sure a lie, because he also dropped that he was the head of security for Arizona, not their GM. Also brought up a dead cop. This guy's a motherfucker. Maybe even the motherfucker of the week, if you
I can't
will.
believe we didn't take that story
I can't
off.
believe we didn't either, and I can't believe I didn't notice it until I flipped the page and saw,
How did we both, as all 3 of us, as we're figuring out Motherfucker of the Week, we're like, hey, what about that Cardinals GM? Oh, yeah, that's totally it. And none of us realized that was still in the rundown.
didn't say, hey, make sure we take that out then, since we're using it for Motherfucker of the Week.
Good Lord, man. It's a night, and everything was good to go tonight. We were feeling good.
Yep.
We were talking about Keenan and Kel
I
coming
blame Fretboard.
All right, let's move on to some golf news. How about that? Because everybody loves when I tell some golf stories on this show. So a PGA golfer, Stephen Bowditch, hadn't made the cut all year long. As a matter of fact, he hasn't finished in the top 10 since 2016. And this week, he didn't have a caddy. I guess that's what happens when you're a really shitty pro golfer. Like, your caddy's just like, yeah, I'm taking a vacation, man. You go. I'm not going to Minnesota. You go do this shit.
You got that.
So what do you do when you're left without a caddy and you're trying to win some money? You go to Twitter and you just put it out there to anybody who wants to be a caddy. And that's exactly what Bowditch did. He tweeted out, quote, any local kids/college players in the Quad City area that are interested in caddying in the tournament this week, this thread is for you. The best response reason gets the job. 2 p.m. Tuesday start, finish Friday.
No time. Just finish Friday.
1% chance Sunday. Payment, all leftover gloves and balls are yours. And then a winking face. So basically, Bowditch at least had the sense of humor to say, listen, guys, I'm not making the cut, so you only got to do this through Friday. After that, you're free to go. There's a 1% chance you're going to have to be there through Sunday, but mostly we're done on Friday.
So he's got a good sense of humor about his ability.
At least
he's not sitting there.
He's very
taking this
aware.
super serious. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was his tweet that went out. A 16-year-old who plays on his high school golf team and caddies at a local country club responded after a few back and forth tweets. He became Bowditch's caddy for this week.
Bout it.
So he is currently the caddy for Bowditch. As of this afternoon when I checked, I don't know where he's at right now, but he was even par through 4 holes. So
you're saying there's a chance.
So Bowditch is back, is what I'm telling you. I looked into this too. He didn't offer any money. He offered gloves and balls. And the reason why is because if you don't make the cut, you don't win any money.
Right.
So he can't pay somebody because he's not getting anything this weekend.
So he finished the round at 2 over at tied for 129.
So his skill, he knows himself. He knows himself.
Do you think he's blaming it on the caddy?
I
2
would.
over? I would. I'd totally
Son
do
of
it.
a bitch.
This motherfucker. Do you You told me wedge. You told me wedge on that hole. I needed the 9-iron. Come on, man. You're fired.
I bet you cheat on your high school golf team, don't you?
Probably do. And if this was me caddying, I'd be like, hey, Bowditch, ask that guy if he breathes in his backswing or if he breathes out.
I can save you a couple of strokes here. Good God.
Let me ask him. Hey, Bowditch, let me ask him what club he used.
That would actually be funny.
That would be
on the
great.
professional tour.
Just using a 16-year-old to cheat. Oh, I'd love it. He'd become my favorite golfer if that was the case.
Oh, my God. Should we move on?
Sure, let's move on. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, I got to be ready for this one.
I was just going to say, we're entering a zone that we love here on Craft Brewed Sports. But Kevin Durant, just to intro it, keeps moving up the petty chain, but he might have hit a new low with his quest to silence the haters. Instagram user @BucketsCenter put up a picture of KD, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis with a text that says, 3 elite two-way players, but don't elevate a team quite like LeBron and Steph due to their playmaking/leadership deficiencies. He tagged the guys in it, and after commenting on the post, bruh, go sweep your dorm room. You don't know hoops. Stop tagging me in this trash, is what KD decided to slide into his DMs, in fact, and go further. And, well, I guess that means we will now present you with another edition of Craft Brewed Sports Theater.
And in this episode of Craft Brewed Sports Theater, Scott will be playing the role of Kevin Durant, also known as the Snake.
Petty Durant.
I will be playing the role of @BucketsCenter, also known as the Troll.
Middle school / knockoff Stephen A.
You know it's true. That's why your insecure ass responded to me. Why don't you actually prove you lead a team to a championship? Not even in the same galaxy as LeBron.
Who brought up LeBron? You took real personal. Relax, bud. It's just basketball. You've been tagging me in posts for months. I respond, and you finally speak your mind. LOL. Nice.
How did I take anything personal? You called me knockoff Stephen A, buddy.
You right. I take that back. I apologize.
I like analyzing the game and just provided my opinion. If you can't respect that, it isn't my business.
I get it. You obviously want people to respond to it, so I did. If you can't respect it, then shrugging emoji. Do you tag all of your followers in post? You wanted me to view it. I did.
I respect your game and understand that you're the greatest scorer I've ever seen, but I just don't think you can lead a team like Steph or Braun. Doesn't mean you aren't best one versus one player in basketball, but it means I'd take those guys on my team before you.
I don't care about your opinion. That's fine. I have one too, and I disagree. But you got really mad and started calling insecure and shit for having an opinion. Relax, buddy. Calling me a bum? Whoa. We can talk without you getting upset. You get irrational when you're upset. I want the best version of you while we talk hoops.
Calling me a knockoff Stephen A. and telling me to clean my dorm room is being insecure. I'm not upset at all.
I apologize for the knockoff joke. And you don't ever clean your room?
I'm grateful you responded, but you didn't need to come at me like that for a hoops opinion.
Well, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. Your sports takes are biased and shrewd, and I disagree. That better?
Skewed.
Skewed. Oh, sorry, shrewd. No.
You're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. Going to use your comments as motivation to become a professional basketball analyst on a big-time network, and hope you can use mine as motivation to prove doubters like me wrong. And scene.
Thank you for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports Theater.
What the fuck was that?
Kevin Durant, what are you doing?
Why are you sliding into DM? First of all, you slide into somebody's DMs, you know they're taking screenshots, right? Like, there is no doubt that they are taking those screenshots and it's getting posted. So why even go into the DMs at that point? Like, if you're...
But what did you hope to gain from this conversation? I can't figure out Kevin Durant's actual point of responding to this post, other than to just call him a couple of like petty little names and
not even good slams. Like, they were really crappy.
Weak Stephen A.
You're a knockoff Stephen A. That was his best line in that whole thing.
You don't even clean your room. Like, what?
What are you saying? You don't clean your room?
Durant, man.
And this dude, let's not excuse the kid, because he's a fucking dork for this too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He has,
I mean, if you take the time to find these pictures and tag all these guys, and if Durant's, I'm assuming he's telling the truth. If this guy's sitting there constantly tagging Durant and these guys in posts,
right? He's egging them on.
I mean, he wants them to respond, obviously. So, I mean, when they do. You can't play the, whoa, man, I'm just sitting here,
why you in your feelings?
Yeah.
Relax, buddy. I love that he threw that out like several times. Relax, buddy.
But it's such a terrible look for the professional basketball player.
And is this kid going to end up being an analyst on a big-time network? Because if he does...
I'm quitting the show.
If he makes it and I'm
quitting the show. I'm just letting you know right now, it's over.
Yeah.
If this guy ever makes it anywhere near TV and is getting paid for it, I'm done.
If knockoff Stephen A. Smith makes it big time and we don't, we're gonna have some problems.
Also,
I'm about to slide into his DMs.
We need to tag Kevin Durant and everything.
Yes,
him and Steven Adams.
Every tweet needs Kevin Durant tagged in it, because clearly he will respond.
With just like a "you ain't shit" at Kevin Durant. New episode.
New episode. Gilgamesh Brewing. Delicious beer. Kevin Durant's a bitch. Hey.
God.
Hashtag Potter and Family.
Man. Yeah.
All right, last story. MLB story. So this week is the Ohio Cup between the Reds and the Indians. And in Game 2, the Reds put up 7 in the 9th inning, all with 2 outs to beat the Indians and clinch a series win. So after that, they came into that inning down 4-0, scored all 7 runs in that inning to take the lead and go on to win. After Indians closer Cody Allen gave up 3 runs and loaded the bases, Terry Francona inexplicably went to Dan Otero out of the bullpen to pitch to Joey Votto. Votto crushes right-handers, and he had Otero warming up as well as Oliver Perez. And Perez is a lefty, and for some reason, Francona brought in a righty, and Votto ended up clearing the bases with a double, making it a 6-0 lead. Votto came in to score the 7th run. Just a bizarre decision by Francona. So they asked him about it after the game, and it turns out that it was just dumb nicknames and the pitching coach hearing things wrong. Because as Francona was coming out to pull Allen, he tells the pitching coach, "Get OP." Oliver Perez. The pitching coach heard OT, and called in Otero, and the rest is history.
More old people stuff.
Super harsh way.
Mishearing.
Yeah. First of all, why are there still bullpen phones? Like, why is that still the way to bring in?
Hello, operator. I need the bullpen. Give me an OP. What was that you said? OT? I'll send them right in. Come on, man. Is this what we're doing? Man, why don't they just text down there? Yo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is there not a line to text the bullpen? Or set up iPads and you just video chat. It's 2018, man. Like, how is that not a thing at this
No,
point?
they just do it like you would order from a restaurant. You click it, and then it goes like a ticket order to the restaurant. You know, the line.
Well,
cooks
at least that I could see somebody being like, "There's a chance that there's a malfunction."
They hit the
and
wrong button,
or
whatever.
and it pulls up the
Fat
wrong
fingers.
thing. Right? Yeah. But if you're gonna have a conversation with the bullpen, why are we doing it on a landline phone in 2018?
They're cranking that bitch. Hello? I gotta connect.
So super harsh way. What's even worse is the next night, which was last night. The Reds gave up 17 before the fifth inning, 19 in total, in a 19-4 win for the Indians. Ouch! I think they were a little upset. I think they were a little fired up. That
There
they
will be
blew
no
a
bullpen malfunctions
No,
tonight.
They blew a 4-run lead in the ninth inning with 2 outs, and then they were like, "These motherfuckers," and busted out the sticks.
Hey, bullpen, take the night off. We don't have to worry about who's getting called.
Even the Reds bullpen got a night off on that one because at
That's
that point,
true.
why? Like, you gave up 14 runs. What was it? 17 before the fifth inning.
I was gonna say it was 17-0.
At that point, it's like, let's just who wants to pitch? I'd be calling people in off the stand. Hey, man, you want to throw? Because I ain't wasting anything on this fucking shit show.
hey, yeah, you guy right there. No, not you, fatty. The one with the popcorn. You want in? We just need to burn somebody.
Hey, white guy, come on in here. That's all that's here.
Come on. I was gonna say. Everybody responds to that.
This has been Upper Deck, brought to you as always by Minuteman Tickets and by Old White Guys.
The oldest of white guys. Jesus.
You had some very harsh opinions about the Ohio Cup today, Scott. As a matter of fact, it wasn't going to be something we were going to talk about, and then all of a sudden, Scott got heated for no reason about this. So if you're unfamiliar with the Ohio Cup, it is the series, interleague series between the Indians and the Reds.
Of course you're unfamiliar with it. If you don't live in Ohio, especially, you're unfamiliar with it. But I'm guessing even if you... Joe's an asshole. Even if you live in Ohio, you're probably unfamiliar with it. But go ahead.
Well, people are unfamiliar with it because baseball is dying and nobody even watches it
Also
anymore.
that.
So let's not just blame it on the idea of a rivalry. So basically what it is it started actually back in like 1918 or something crazy like
of course,
that.
just like everything baseball.
Right, the old white guys. And they played for the Ohio Championship. It was a one-game thing. It ended up becoming a thing where they would play in spring training before the season started for an Ohio Championship. It was like the last tune-up game before the season played. And then once interleague play kind of got popular in the 90s, the Ohio Cup was born. And it is normally a 6-game series, but in recent years there's been 4-game series for some reason, all with weird baseball scheduling. But the winner gets a trophy, the Ohio Cup, and gets bragging rights over the other side of the state for a year. Scott is a big fan of the Ohio Cup.
I don't have any problem with rivalries in professional sports or any sport. The professional side having this trophy, it seems weird to me. And it's
Why? Why is that weird?
Well, because a lot of rivalries end up happening in professional sports. They're maybe manufactured. I mean, the Braves have a rivalry with the Mets because they battled for the playoffs a few years. I mean, is it a rivalry right now? Kind of not really. And with the Ohio thing, I mean, without interleague play, there is no rivalry. So for decades and decades, this went dormant, and it wasn't a thing. And then they're like, oh, hey, remember this thing they played back in 1918? We're bringing that back, and we're making a trophy. It just seems kind of extra forced. I don't understand
Well,
it.
it's because interleague play is a complete joke and nobody gives a shit about it, so at least
but
make
now
it
interleague
worthwhile
play-
to watch.
That's fine, but now interleague play is just every day with the way they do the scheduling.
Yeah,
so interleague
and
play
that's the
isn't even a thing
It
anymore.
used to be where this was like during a stretch in the season where it was like, okay, this is a
set.
big deal because everybody's playing interleague, and oh wow, this is now exciting because we're playing an American League team and there's a trophy up for grabs. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem with there being rivalries. It just seems it's very amateur hour.
Your
for
tone
having
has
these,
calmed quite a bit.
No,
from
this is amateur hour for the things that I was saying. Is in college when they have rivalries, they feel like actual.
I'm gonna get them
rivalries.
fired up. Don't you worry.
They
I'm gonna
feel
get
like
'em fired up.
actual rivalries. Ohio State, Michigan, who don't have a trophy over their rivalry. That's a big thing. USC and
Do they not have a trophy? Ohio State, Michigan doesn't have a trophy.
They're above that bullshit. Just kidding. No, because in college, I don't have a problem with it. I love the college trophies. The golden shillelagh for USC and
Jeweled Shillelagh. Get
or
it
whatever.
fucking right.
Sure, golden, jeweled, whatever. Bedazzled.
I like how. Wait a second. Hang on. I like how you could remember Golden Shillelagh. You could get to USC, but you trailed off before you could say Notre Dame. You
I
couldn't
forgot the other
remember Notre Dame in that. Out of the
I
three
forgot that they were the afterthought. Anyway, so no, I don't. I mean, Minnesota and somebody else has that beaver thing or the wood thing. I mean, there's the bell with Miami and UC. Like, I think that's cool for college because it's amateur and hey, we've got these rivalries and we play this game every year, and so it carries through.
So the Indians and Reds they play every year?
Oh, now after things changed and
I mean, it's been since the '90s.
Do you really get jacked up for this? Does it really jazz you up about the Ohio Cup? Do you remember
know-
who won the Ohio Cup 2 years ago?
The Indians.
No, you don't know.
The Indians did. Yeah, the Indians.
You probably just assume the Indians won it for like the past decade.
No, the
You'd probably
Reds
be
tied
right.
last year. The Reds and Indians tied last year, but the Cup stayed with the Indians. The Indians have won it. They're technically the Cup holders for the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, they're definitely some cup holders. That's for sure.
There's also like 3 or 4 more games in Cincinnati in
3
August.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 games.
It's not over yet.
Oh shit!
It's also, but here's the thing: in a meaningless, we're talking about baseball, where the middle of the season is the most boring time in all of sports. Like, this gives fans at least something to talk shit about. Do you realize how much fun I have talking shit to Indians fans?
I mean, I get it. For
We
the
won 2.
fans.
We won 2 out of 3 games in
Excuse your
Cleveland.
bitch ass.
I am
Excuse your bitch ass.
all this
Excuse your bitch ass. You want to get muted? You want to
Okay,
get muted?
there you go.
You want to get muted?
Here you go. This motherfucker who doesn't even like baseball is getting
jacked
defensive
up.
over this.
It's a college thing to me. I get it in college. It's perfectly fine. It just
This is not the only rivalry
weak
in the
as
MLB.
fuck.
This is not the only crosstown rivalry or cross-state rivalry, whatever, in the MLB that has a trophy. I busted that one out on you earlier. Oakland and San Francisco has the it's like the Bay Area Bridge rivalry, and they have a bridge
which is
trophy.
weird because I think the Dodgers and Giants are more of like the rivalry. They don't have a trophy,
But that's not interleague. They play more often,
that's
so it's an
fine, but
interleague thing.
again. That's what I feel like.
It's
the
a reason to
rivalries-
make interleague play worth watching.
manufacture shit. It's fake. It's lame.
The reason interleague play is good is because then everybody gets the DH. So there.
Mute your mic.
Wow.
Mute your motherfucking
Okay, well,
mic,
this
Joe.
argument has just taken
Son
a
of a
whole
bitch.
new turn. Joe, you son of a bitch. Moving on.
It's weak.
All right, the drunk line's open, 440-37-DRUNK. Feel free to call in. Let us know your thoughts on interleague rivalry, I guess, trophies in professional sports during the regular season. And we'll give you that. There's no other... Like, I don't think there's no NFL teams that do that.
There's no NBA teams doing that.
I would
it's
bet
Bush.
there's MLS teams that do that.
Well, yeah. The lowest of the low when you're talking about professional, they might have some.
We ain't talking hockey. We're talking MLS. Boom! Oh, calling them out. Anyways,
If JV's listening.
as a matter of fact, I think speaking of MLS, a lot of people want the Columbus Crew to stick around because they want the Hell is Real rivalry. Now that FC Cincinnati will be MLS,
yes.
the Hell is Real billboard between Cincinnati and Columbus, that's the rivalry that's been named for Cincinnati and Columbus. So I guarantee you there's a fucking Hell is Real trophy that comes up with that one. Is there already one, Joe?
So for MLS, you have the Atlantic Cup, which is DC and the Red Bulls, the Brimstone Cup, the Fire and FC Dallas, And El Tráfico, the LA Galaxy versus Los Angeles FC, a.k.a. that is Spanish for traffic. So
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Thank you.
Florida Derby, and some other boring ones. But yeah,
And these all have trophies?
they call them the Cup, and I don't know if they're actual trophies. But
That's kind of crazy. Okay,
do call 'em cups.
But let's look at it this way: MLS and soccer in general is one of the most popular growing sports in America. Fastest growing. Everybody's getting on board. Baseball is taking a page.
Is the fastest dying sport.
But they're doing this now. They're being like, look, we're kind of like soccer, right? Well, ignore all the old white guys there. We got trophies for in-season games, too.
The problem with that is MLB is smart enough to even piggyback that.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not, they can't help themselves for anything. So they're not even smart enough to say, hey, that's just like that other thing you're really watching, right? Hey, come watch it. We got cups.
baseball's not dying fast; it's dying super, super slow. Just like
the games.
holding on forever and ever and ever.
Won't Grandma just die already so we can get inheritance? Jesus. Somebody pull the plug on this shit.
Listen, man, I think it's cool to give me a reason to pay attention to at least some games during the middle of July when it's completely boring.
Cool.
You, of all people, should like a reason to talk shit.
I mean, I'm not against the reason to talk shit. I just think the trophy idea is just
I also feel
boring.
like if the Braves had like
No,
an in-state
no.
rival, you would 100%.
It's the trophy part of it that I think is lame. Having the rivalry is whatever, because I mean, the subways in New York and New York, fine. They're 5 minutes away from each other, so okay. And I don't even have a problem with it's Ohio and Ohio, but the idea that there's an actual physical trophy exchange between two professional teams.
What's worse?
Lame.
What's worse, the Ohio Cup or when was it Florida State gave their players state championship
That
rings?
was lamer.
That was way worse, right?
That was
That's
way
the
worse.
worst
We've
thing
decided that
I've
was
ever
like,
seen.
no. When you're out here calling yourselves state champions,
State champs.
because you beat the other local teams, that was by far the worst.
Yeah.
I don't think anything will ever top that.
That was really bad, man.
Even UCF giving themselves national champions just because they didn't lose. I mean, that's way more legit. State champs.
State champs. Got it? Who just hung up on us? Did we just get a
Did you
a
see we get
one-ringer?
disrespected?
We got a one-ringer? Do you remember that
man.
shit back in the day when people would one-ring your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a
yeah.
good way to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Back when you had to actually...
Before Star 69?
Yeah. Well, but no, it was... the Star 69 was when you
That
would
ended
block
that.
it and... No, was Star
No,
69 the callback?
Yeah, Star 69 was
But you
called
could Star 67, and then that
You could
blocked
block. I
Star
was gonna say you could
69.
block. I was gonna
So
say
there
you
was,
could block
I knew there was
shit.
something that like blocked
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But the one ringer, man, that was always. Oh, that was so good. I think that was your pops, maybe, Joe.
okay.
He's gonna defend that cup.
Okay. I'll take on all comers for the Ohio Cup. Get at me, bro.
All right. Sorry for coughing, everybody. I'm trying to get over this. Anyways, there was a big MMA fight last weekend. Did you guys watch that?
I watched it twice.
Apparently, nobody watched it.
Yeah, I cut the highlights.
Apparently, this was billed as a super fight, and the pay-per-view numbers were way down. Like UFC is in some major trouble with this. They need to redo everything here and figure out something. Like they're dying faster than baseball is.
This is true.
UFC, and they went way downhill real quick.
MLB
like,
should
for
actually-
as high as they were,
Yeah.
UFC was top of the mountain, and they have plummeted.
That's actually how MLB should market themselves. At least we're not UFC.
But the fight was between Daniel Cormier.
Cormier. I'm sure one of our
and-
MMA people will call us.
and,
Cormier and Stipe Miocic.
Michael Stipe Miocic. I will always call him Stipe just for that.
Okay.
Do you remember that episode with Tank? When I called him
Oh,
Stipe?
yeah. I forgot about it.
And then I
That was
just
the
wrote-
personal reference. I
Yep.
was like, wait, what?
Michael Stipe. It's just the lead singer of REM fighting
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. But anyways, DC won that and is now a 2-division champion. There have not been very many that have won in 2 divisions. Randy Couture was one of them. Who else was in there? I know Conor was the most recent one. And only DC and Conor have held 2 weight classes, the belts at the same time. Everybody else won a weight class
And then
lost the belt or whatever, and then won
jumped
in a
up
different
another
weight
one.
class.
Yeah.
So it puts DC and Conor at this crazy level, which when Conor did it, it was this amazing feat that he held 2 weight class belts at the same time. And then here we are a few months later, and DC's got 2 belts, and they're at arguably tougher weight class because he's got heavyweight and light heavyweight.
Yeah, that's actually kind of impressive.
It's really impressive. So now the question becomes, is DC, because when Conor did that, everybody was like, Conor McGregor is the best pound-for-pound fighter in UFC history to have 2 belts in 2 different weight classes at the same time. Well, now DC's done it at arguably tougher weight classes.
Everybody's like, huh?
Yeah, and nobody watched it. Nobody cares. It's crazy to me. The only thing people were talking about, as crazy of a feat as this is, and maybe we're just spoiled because we just saw it happen, everybody is talking about how Brock Lesnar got called out by DC at the end of it, and it was this weird WWE type work where they argued in the ring, and it was literally like The Rock was yelling at Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania or some shit, and they pushed each other a little bit, and Dana White got in the middle and did his weird thing where he tries to separate people, but he's still smiling because he's like, I'm making fucking money on this, hell yeah. But it was so contrived and so stupid that people were just like, oh, fuck. Now you're going to shove Brock Lesnar and DC down our throat for the heavyweight championship. Cool. So, Joe, you're definitely the biggest WWE fan at the table here, rocking your Ultimate Warrior. He has been pointing at his Ultimate Warrior shirt since I started telling this. What do you think about the after the fight shenanigans on that one?
Give me more. Script it so heavy. Go fucking all in. And then the difference is these guys can actually make each other bleed. Like,
do you want
hurt each other.
Do you want predetermined winners, or do you want it to be like
obviously not, because
script everything up to the fight?
Yeah, script everything up to the fight. Give me more
mean, why
McGregor
not?
spinning all the plates,
Yeah.
telling everybody to fuck off and whatever.
That's the more interesting part a lot of the
Yes,
times.
exactly.
The fights end up being...
We did
the
talk about that
build-up.
before. Is like
Yeah.
the weigh-ins tend to be way more entertaining,
Yeah.
but they got to be good personalities. That's the
Sure.
problem. Like those weigh-ins were great with McGregor because McGregor is that personality. He'll throw a shoe at somebody, and you look at him and you're like, he does look like the kind of fucker that would throw a shoe. Like as ridiculous as all of his weigh-ins and his press conferences were, there was that element where it was like, now this dude's crazy enough that this might be real. Like look at him throwing the dolly through the bus.
Right.
Everybody still thinks like, I think that was kind of planned, and he just went bananas. And that's the
Well,
joy
he still
of McGregor.
has charges against him. Like, he
Right.
still has to go to court for it.
No, we talked about that. We think that the idea was McGregor come in and like bang on the bus and like rile people up and sell this fight, and McGregor was just like, all right, I got it, and then fucking threw dollies and shit. Like he just, and then they were like, oh,
You went a little too far.
I guess we got to do something about this now.
So the other thing, too, is Brock Lesnar still has, like, I think 16 months left on his USADA ban, or 6
I
months.
think it's January. He's back.
January he can be
Yeah.
back after his
Yeah.
ban for steroids. Yeah, and DC already said, like, I want him tested like 3 times before our fight to make sure that he is clean. I'm not fighting anybody, because that's his only 2 losses, DC, are John Bones Jones, who tested positive for cocaine and steroids. And so he's like, I'm done fighting anybody with questionable. He's like, I want him tested like 3 times, different ways, and see what happens.
Craft Brewed Sports. Who's this? Hello.
Hello, Mike. What's going on? It's Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. What's up, man?
Me? Anyhow, I was totally loving the random trophy talk, but let me start this off by saying, fuck Papa John. This justice is great.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to that
We were
yet,
getting to
Frankie.
that.
Frankie, as someone who dabbles in substances that make you really like pizza, how heartbreaking is it to know that Papa John is a racist?
Oh, fuck that. I'm a Little Caesars guy for life. I belong to Detroit.
It is tough to deny a $5 hot and ready.
Yeah, and let's not lie to each other, Mike. I do more than dabble. I could have a segment every week for you guys, like strain of the day, like in Disjointed.
Speaking of which, aren't you supposed to come here? And are we supposed to smoke some MJ Kush or something?
Yeah, the last live show. Maybe he was going to come to this live show, but Fretboard bailed on us. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyways, I get 3 medals for this.
You guys sound like me after a rough night. Holy smoke. But anyhow, the biggest motherfucker of the week has to be the NFL.
Oh, that's your pick, the Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love Randy Moss. Arguably my favorite receiver of all time, but Rice and T.O. are 1 and 1A all time. I'm sorry. If you look up 1 and 2 in almost every record, Rice is right there, and T.O. is number 2.
I just saw an interesting stat today where they compared Antonio Brown to Jerry Rice through like this point in Jerry Rice's career, and Antonio Brown has him beat in almost every category.
And he still won't end up ahead of him.
The only thing No, Antonio Brown has the whitest teeth in the NFL. Fuck that. Like, those things are amazing. I mean, I brush and floss daily, but man, I can't touch that. I really can't.
Frankie, what do you think about trophies for rivalries in pro sports? Yay or nay?
Oh, fuck yes. You have a big rival like that. You deserve
big
something. We have the.
Do you guys have anything like that in Chicago?
We have the Crosstown Cup.
Oh, so you guys have a cup too? Sweet. So it's not just Ohio. Scott is such a hater about this because his team just doesn't have. Nobody gives a shit about rival. Like Atlanta's like, anybody want to? We'll get a cup. Anybody want to play for a cup?
Who else has got like strippers? Like you want to have like the strip off the pole dance cup or something?
The gold club. Get
the silicone cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Frankie. Good hearing from you, man. Go enjoy your selection for tonight.
Oh, let me just give you a quick rundown. Like you said, you guys do your beer selection, your beer descriptions. This is one for. This one is called Platinum OG. It's for the OG smokers like myself. It's very piney, very earthy. And the last thing I'm gonna say about that is I am ready to destroy Joey Chestnut's hot dog record. I am so hungry right now. It's ridiculous.
Frankie, good hearing from you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Cheers,
See
man.
You, man. Appreciate it.
Frankie,
that was a Hall of Fame call.
The authority on it. You guys want to do a quick round of weed or craft beer?
Sure.
All right, real quick. We'll do a quick one here. Just a couple. Blind Pig.
Weed.
Beer.
Joe is correct. That's it. That is an
Come
IPA.
on, now they ain't calling anything a blind pig.
That is actually from Russian River Brewing, the same place as Pliny the Elder. That's like their other world famous IPA.
So it probably sucks.
It's actually really good.
Sure. That's what I heard about Pliny.
Oaktown Crippler.
Weed.
That is a weed. Yeah, that is. That's crip. Anytime there's anytime
Crippler gave it away.
Agent Orange.
Weed.
It is a weed strain. Yeah. Beard of Zeus.
Beer.
That is a beer. That is a pale lager from Shorts Brewing up in Michigan. This has been Craft Beer. And Joe got all of them right. Scott lost.
As always, this is the one thing that I'd never come out ahead on.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Suck.
That and not knowing the names of 90s rappers. You don't come out ahead too often on that one either.
Or remembering Notre Dame. I mean, because fuck them. What?
I've got a double shot here that I owe you guys for picking Belgium to win the World Cup, and they lost to France in the semifinals.
You have to do a shot the size of Romulu's penis.
I need a 24-inch shot. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I wish we had this song queued up right there.
Yeah, it would have been perfect.
That's
but it's
fine.
all good.
It's all good.
Tasty.
Oh, double shots of Fireball are not good. Whoa,
Real not good.
that is awful.
I couldn't
Holy
imagine
shit.
on any scenario where that would be good.
Oh man, that is gross.
Are you seeing fire?
Yeah, I feel like I just like scarfed down some. What's that? Oh, okay. I feel like I just like scarfed down some Big Red. That's what that feels like. Anyways, so World Cup, Belgium lost to France. England lost to Croatia. It is crazy. I know you guys aren't watching the World Cup, and you guys really don't give a shit, but we're at the finals now, so you can watch one game, okay? One game. You can watch Croatia versus France.
No.
Really?
Two countries I don't give a shit about.
But Croatia's story is one of the best
I
stories
want
of
to
this
go
World
to.
Cup.
I want to go to France, but I don't care about Croatia.
I'm gonna be honest, I have not watched a single second except for highlights in my Twitter feed. That's about it.
That's it. That's
You
all
guys
I've
have
seen.
missed some of the most amazing soccer that I've ever seen.
I missed
That's
that 3
actually the
seconds to a
problem.
goal.
No, hang on. Don't give me that bullshit. You can't. That is such a terrible. I hate that argument of hating
that-
soccer. Of
I
like, well,
actually think
it's
that
low scoring.
As interested as I have been in the past, I don't know, like 6 World Cups, both men and women's or whatever. This one, everything I hear about him, I'm like, I'm actually upset that I'm not enjoying this one because it seems amazing. I keep hearing
It is
all
so
this really good stuff. but
Croatia's run.
just can't get into
Croatia's run has been absolutely phenomenal since the knockout stages. They have gone to extra time every single game, with the first 2 going to penalty kicks. I forget who they played in the first round, but they knocked out Russia in penalty kicks on Saturday, and then went to extra time against England. These dudes have to be fucking gassed, and they made it to the finals. We're probably going to lose to France. Like pretty,
Yeah.
It might be like a 5-0 World Cup final at this point, but it's only because Croatia has played more minutes than any other team in this entire World Cup. Oh, I got you, Joe. Sorry about that, man. We'll get it next time. Anyway, so Croatia is the story of this World Cup. They're not nearly as talented as any of the teams they've played and have somehow made it to the finals. Meanwhile, you got teams like Argentina that bailed out in the first round.
I can't believe
Portugal.
I can't believe the field that this has been whittled down to.
It's nuts.
All the teams that were lined up, and I heard all the talk prior, and even while it was going on, and never once did I hear anybody say, France and Croatia could make the finals.
Nobody thought
individu-
Croatia
not,
could make
not
it.
individually, not.
People thought France could make it.
I mean,
'cause
that's
France
fine.
is a perennial favorite.
That's fine, but I never hear them talked about like I do other countries. I hear so many other countries named before you get to France. I just felt like they were an afterthought. Just for me, and I know I'm not a huge soccer fan, so I mean that's not saying much. Just when I hear a lot of the bigger name teams or whatever, France was just kind of lost in the mix. Like, oh yeah, they could make it. It's kind of like England. Like, oh yeah, they could get there, but probably not.
All I know is the Croatian president is a bombshell. She is an absolute bombshell. If you want some backstory, she went, I believe, Arizona State. So if that gives you any indication
That's
of
a
what's
pretty
going on,
clear picture of what's happening
she
there.
is a bombshell.
Yeah, and Croatia has been like all the videos of the fans celebrating. That is a female.
That's the president? Oh my! What?
Now compare that to a picture of our president. And
Okay, but to be fair, no president in the history of the United States of America has ever looked that good.
no president in the history of anywhere
That's
has.
true.
I guess the only one who can. Maybe I know the dude from Canada, the prime minister from Canada, gets a lot of ladies' engines revving. So maybe he's the closest
maybe
smoke
it's just
show.
a U.S. thing because I don't necessarily know that there's ever like, oh man, they're like a sex symbol. But other countries seem to have that where they're this leader is attractive. Yeah, that's a good example of that. I've heard it for other countries, but nobody's ever lusting after the U.S.
Old
leader.
white guys, yeah. There seems to be a running theme in this show tonight. Just old white guys ruining everything. Anyways,
America's
World
like
Cup Finals.
Major League Baseball of the world. They just can't get out of their own fucking way. Stuck in their ways, crotchety.
Croatia's like, we elected a model who went to Arizona State. We're like, we're using landlines.
We got a guy who was on a fucking celebrity
He fired
show.
people on TV. It was really funny to watch.
Bless America. And a cameo in Home Alone.
That asshole couldn't even teach a kid where to go. Like, he saw a kid alone in New York and just pointed him to the concierge desk. Unreal. Anyways, so World Cup, we'll wrap this up with this real quick. Mick Jagger is being blamed for England's loss, which I can relate to Mick at this point. Apparently, Mick Jagger has Burlon-level jinx capabilities. So he was at the game for England versus Croatia, decked out in England gear, put up a tweet about Go England, and then England lost. And now everybody is pointing out previous teams that he's cheered for. So in 2014, Jagger tweeted support for England in 2 games. They lost both of those games. Then he switched and started cheering for the host country, Brazil, who immediately lost 7-1 in the knockout round. Then back in 2010, he was cheering for the U.S. in a game that he attended.
That son of a bitch.
Yep, that's the game that we lost to Ghana and got knocked out of the tournament.
The motherfucker.
So fans of Croatia and France are both like, hey, Mick, don't cheer for us. Like, do not pull for our team whatsoever. Mick Jagger has the curse like nobody else. It is amazing. Amazing. And now England is pissed at him. England, his home country, is pissed that he's cheering for his home country.
So maybe you really don't want moves like Jagger?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, because those are moves like Burlon.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
And that's those are not the moves you want.
Right where I was going. I was like, because it just moves like Burlon. Just completely effed. Oh, man.
That's your World Cup talk. Who do you guys want to? I know you picked the field. You guys picked the field. So who do you want to go with? Do you want to go with?
I'll go with
Croatia or France? You're going with France.
How can you bet against that bombshell? Come
I want to pick Croatia. I like that team. I like their story. But I feel like it's got to be France at this point, which means it's going to be Croatia.
I was just going to say, who are you settling on? Because the other team's winning.
I think France wins it.
And Croatia, congratulations, you're the 2018 World Cup champs.
This World Cup update is brought to you by Rally House. Next time you need to suit up and rep your team, be sure to go to 12ouncesportsradio.com. Click the link on the right side of the page. Rally House has gear from every major sports league, plus NCAA and even local gear. Help out the station by going to 12ouncesportsradio.com before placing your next order. That's 12ozsportsradio.com. Nailed it. Fucking killed that. Boom. All right, where do you want to go next? What do you want to do next? We've got a lot.
Papa John's.
Okay, that's not even on the list. Okay, yeah, just throw the script out.
Oh, my bad. I just want to talk about it.
No, it's your show. Go for it, man.
Oh,
It's
okay,
you.
cool.
It's you.
Papa John sucks. Like, that's all I wanted to get back in there.
Oh.
I mean, we spent all that time during the NFL season railing on Papa John's and going on, and it turns out he was even a bigger piece of shit than we thought.
I mean, you're not surprised by this, right?
No, hell no.
I'm a little surprised.
I'm surprised that happened during a PR call.
During a PR conference call, a training call where they're like, all right, listen,
Here's
man.
what you need to not do.
We want to avoid fuck-ups later on, so we're going to role play, okay? And we'll just role play, and we'll critique you on where you went wrong. And he drops the N-bomb, hard R, and
I almost think
blames it on Colonel fucking Sanders.
I almost think the follow-up was worse, though. After saying that, he then went, I mean, I'm from a part of Indiana where they dragged black people by trucks and killed them. I mean,
I didn't even see that.
You didn't see that part. That's how he followed up the Colonel Sanders used the N-word. He just threw out, I mean, I'm from Indiana. They dragged black people by trucks and killed them. So, I mean, comparatively, if I say that people are kneeling to hurt my pizza sauce, not that bad, right?
What the fuck? What the I didn't hear that part. I just saw that he said Colonel Sanders calls blacks N-words, and nobody gave him shit for it.
He tossed it
because
up
it was 1890
and served it.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, that dude is such a piece of shit. Yeah. I mean,
okay. So and I was talking about this on Here Cincinnati podcast, and this was the funniest
Nice
part.
plug.
Sorry, this was the funniest part about. So he had to step down. He's CEO from Papa John's. He also stepped down from the board of trustees at Louisville. The fucking stadium is named Papa John's,
which
Stadium.
they came out and said, no, he's not really that bad. We're going to keep it.
But here's the thing. So I don't know if you saw the Deadspin article about this whole thing. At the end of the article, it threw in this little detail that I'm like, what the fuck? So apparently the deal that Louisville made with them for the naming rights is with him, not with the company.
Oh, man.
And so, because it's with him, not only does obviously it's not terminated because he stepped down and it voids the contract. There's also a thing in the contract that if they terminated the deal early, he has the right to rename the stadium. So technically, dude can rename the stadium whatever he wants right now if they terminated the deal.
Holy shit. We're about to have a stadium called N-word Stadium.
Or, I'm not really a fucking racist stadium. We're here live, and we're not a fucking racist stadium. And as the Cardinals host Clemson.
Dude, that's crazy.
Bizarre as fuck. And I thought, what kind of deal would... of course, when they signed this deal, Louisville wasn't thinking, at some point he might come out as a racist and this will look real bad. Clearly, they never were worried about that. And it's one of those... I'm guessing that's one of those bottom clauses in this contract.
Right.
Like, yeah, sure, just tell him he can fucking rename it. I mean, that'll never fucking happen. Who cares?
Dude, that's nuts.
Unbelievable.
I had no idea about that. That is...
I didn't know about that until, again, I read the Deadspin article, and it was, like, the last thing they mentioned in the article. I'm like, that's wild.
That is absolutely nuts. Where do you go from there? Like, how do you transition out of that?
Moving on.
There it is. That's how we do it. I did want to talk about this college basketball article that came out this week that was actually on Deadspin as well. There's a plan among two mid-major conferences, Conference USA and Sun Belt Conference, where they are trying to break up the NCAA tournament and the stranglehold that the power conferences have over the NCAA tournament in college basketball. There was things in here that I didn't realize. I didn't know that. I mean, I assume there was some sort of payout from the NCAA as a team went on, just like there's bowl game payouts when a team goes on. But apparently, every win that a team accumulates, it's a unit,
and then
it's worth
a pool,
and that's worth about $250,000, and that gets paid out for 6 years. So it's actually worth a total of like 1 point whatever million over the duration.
It's a really weird way of doing that.
Yeah, and some conferences divvy that out among all of their teams. Some conferences weight it based on the teams that are in the tournament and reward teams for actually winning. But basically, the more teams you get into the tournament, and we see this every year where they're like, ACC got 8 teams in, Big East got 6 teams in. And most of us are just like, well, yeah, that's the best conference, so of course they got that in.
Sure.
Until you find out this unit whole deal where now the ACC has 9 chances to rack up $250,000 a year for the next 6 years, and it continues to go down until you get these mid-major conferences that maybe get just their conference champion in, and they don't have the money now. So there was a dude that has studied all of this, met with the athletic directors of Conference USA and the Sun Belt Conference, and has decided to come up with a way to break this. And his way of doing it is taking their 20-game in-conference schedule and breaking that down into a 16-4 breakdown, basically. So 16 games and then a mini tournament before the actual conference tournament. And the whole idea is to boost your RPI. You take your top teams, put them in a 4-game round-robin tournament. Your middle teams go in a 4-game round-robin tournament, and your bottom feeders, who nobody gives a shit, they can do whatever. Fuck you guys. Go have fun jerking each other off. You don't even have to play these games. Nobody really gives a shit. Just fucking...
Just sim to end.
Yeah, just somebody win so that it helps wins for these guys up here. But the idea is to then boost your RPI, boost your quadrant 1 wins, and then get better seeding in the conference tournament and have a better chance to win the conference tournament and get more of these teams into the NCAA tournament and rack up these units. This is mind-blowing for me. As I was reading through this article, if you guys haven't read the article, if you guys are listening and you haven't checked out, it's on Deadspin. It is such a crazy breakdown of the behind the scenes that most people don't know about when it comes to college basketball.
I had no idea.
Yeah, as I'm reading it, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like, I just
it's more convoluted than we ever thought when it comes to the actual money breakdown. And, I mean, really, more or less, the dirty little secret as far as, all right, we're going to keep all of these teams and all of these conferences with all the money, and then, all these other conferences, they get whatever's left over, which is basically nothing because we're going to slot it and make sure that essentially none of them really ever win. I mean,
yeah. And this dude, I can't remember the guy's name, but he basically had it broken down where he was like, the percentage, if you're a 14 seed in the NCAA tournament, the odds of you winning were something like 11% or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I can get you to an 11 seed, your odds of winning are 35%. Mm-hmm. He's like, so it's all about creating these more favorable matchups because rather than playing Duke or North Carolina in the first round, now you're playing like a Providence or a school like that where you do have a chance to pull off an upset and win a game and maybe make a little bit of a run in a tournament. So Joe's looking like, really? You don't think that's possible?
They're just boosting their own stats. Okay, so Boise State plays another St. Mary's again, and it makes them look way better, but it's the same people from their same conference they already beat once before. It doesn't really do anything but boost stats. It's like throwing a rebound against a backboard and doing it
It's
like
100% boosting stats, but that's the point of this is that
they're not actually that good. They're just making themselves look better than they are.
No, you're 100% right. But the point is the conference tournament is stacked in a way that these major conferences get to boost their stats without having to do anything. It's because they have the advantage of playing against.
But are they really boosting? I mean, they're making their wins better.
Yes, because you can't control.
They're making their win control or their wins look a little bit more, but it's like you're playing the same teams in your same conference.
But you can't control who's in your conference. So the point being, North Carolina gets more quadrant 1 wins because they're playing against Duke and Notre Dame and all these, like Louisville, they're playing against these top ACC schools, these perennial powers, so they rack up these quadrant 1 wins that a team like UC never gets a chance to do because 20 of your games are tied up playing fucking bullshit schools that nobody gives a shit about.
Right.
Like you're screwed by the conference that you're in, and I know the response is always, well, then join a better conference. It's not that fucking simple.
I was gonna say you can't just join another conference
it's
because you want to.
It's not just like, hey, Big 12, let in UC.
Well, yeah, and the mid majors aren't sitting there like, yeah, no, this is fine. We're cool just sitting here playing these shit games and never really having a chance. No, they want to play the other teams.
Right.
The other factor in this was how much he calculated and how much and I was like, wow, that number blew my mind too, was all of these Power 5 teams are playing on either their home court or neutral court. They're never playing away games.
Which I never realized, and once he said that, I started thinking about it, and I was like, that's 100% right.
Right, and so like even if these mid-majors, on the off chance that some of these schools give them a shot, it's an away game, which is basically saying you're not going to win because, you're going into a shitty environment and they pay you. And sure, that's great. But it's more or less
have fun with the Cameron Crazies playing at Duke instead of playing at like Madison Square Garden.
And it's always drove me nuts, especially when you're talking about Xavier, who's a great example. Xavier was considered a mid-major for the longest time, and some still might say they're kind of on the verge of that, or whatever.
Would say that. Lou the Dog 100% would say that.
But the thing is, it always frustrated the shit out of me that Xavier could never, and now reading this, I get it. I understand why. There's no incentive for those big schools to come to Xavier, ever.
No, because you don't want to risk a loss.
Well, I was going to say,
you can't lose it.
Not only do you want to not want to risk the loss, there's all that money tied up in it. Like, it's like, if you told them, well, you might get this loss and it might affect you, but it's not really going to affect anything other than seeding, not going to get in. But it's like, no. That one loss could also cost you a few $1 million.
Right.
Like,
right.
I guess I would never do it either if I was an AD. It'd be like, why? I mean, what do we gain from it?
It is such a good read. Highly recommend. It's a little bit of a longer piece on Deadspin. It's one of those,
but it's worthwhile.
Definitely worth reading, especially if you have any interest in college basketball. It will open your eyes to this backdoor shenanigans, and to the point, like Joe was saying, you're just boosting your stats. Absolutely, you're just boosting your. It's basically trying to level the playing field between the guys who can't get those quality wins and the guys that can, and moving them from that 14 line to the 11 line, and then having a better shot to make some money for your conference. And that's what you fucking need to compete. Clearly, Sean Miller at Arizona showed us you need money to compete at college basketball. You need to pay these guys. You need to get a deal with Adidas. Ask Patino about that. All right, 2 quick things before we get out of here. There was a lady that visited every single craft brewery in Michigan in a year. Brewers. In a year.
Yeah.
I think she wrapped up on New Year's Eve this past year. So basically, and she said she made it just by the skin of her teeth. She visited 3 craft breweries on New Year's Eve to hit every brewery in Michigan in a year.
That's so impressive.
Absolutely nuts, because Michigan is like
craft
mecca for craft breweries.
I think it said like 330 some craft breweries she had to hit in one year.
I was gonna
she
say,
said
that's almost
she
one
said
a
in
day.
some days she hit like her 10. Like she hit like 10 in a day, and she's like, wow, that was way too much. So she capped it at like 7 or 8 in a day.
Jeez. It's like that dude from Cincinnati, the blogger, who tried to hit every craft brewery. And once he hit Hofbrauhaus in Newport, he got arrested. Gnarly Gnome, that's what it was. Yeah, he got arrested because they were like, no, you can't come in. He's like, come on, you're my last one. And then somebody handed him a beer across the fence, and then he got tased or some shit. I don't know. It was a fucking cool story. Every craft brewery in Michigan in a year, absolutely bananas. This lady is my hero for doing that. And Dante DiVincenzo is apparently flat broke. Okay, you want to get
White Dante.
Seriously, the White Dante.
My man.
$5 to his name and his Wells Fargo account. I sent this to some friends, and Drew, good listener of the show, replied, yeah, but you don't take those booster payments and put it in your Wells Fargo account, which is a good point. Very fair point. You can't base it on what's in the account. Let's move into Consumer Candidate, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm going to let you go first on this one, though.
All right, this week we are drinking Bollywood Theater by Gilgamesh Brewing. It's a pomegranate pale ale with Darjeeling tea. I tried to let this warm up a little bit to try to bring out some of the flavors. There were no flavors. It's a pale ale. It's muted, I guess. I wouldn't even call it muted. I don't even taste any pomegranate. I don't even taste any Darjeeling tea in this. Like, it is a beer. It's a good beer. Like, it's a decent
That's a very
drink.
good description. It's a beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent drink, but it's not anything that's kind of worthwhile. So I would, I'm gonna can this one.
It's very rare that out of the gates I can tell you I'm canning a beer, and if that's the case, it's usually because, oh my god, this is disgusting, and I'm never gonna want to drink this beer. This beer is fine. It's good enough. It's whatever. It is nothing special. There's no flavor. I mean, if you put this blind taste test on this beer, you wouldn't be able to say anything about it. And it's supposed to have like all these strong flavors and aromas. You can't smell shit.
I guess the only thing is the pomegranate. Jesus Christ, Joe.
My bad.
I guess the only thing you can say about this is the pomegranate may be cutting any hop flavor, because there isn't any hop flavor. There's no flavor. It's
tastes
just
like nothing.
It tastes like I'm drinking hams. Is what it tastes like. Like it's just beer. Like
Okay.
there's nothing to it.
How long has it been sitting here?
I don't know.
At least 6 months.
No. Has it really been at least 6
It
months?
has to be, yes.
No, there's no way. Hang on.
this one
Let's-
isn't 6 months old.
You guys talk about this a little bit more while I pull up Tavor and
It's
find
just
out.
disappointing. I'm going to can it. Joe, what do you got?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think that it's sitting for, even though it's in the dark bottle, I think that sitting a while has muted most of the aromas and flavors that had been infused in it. So we just got beer on it. I didn't mind it. It was an easy drinker. So like,
It is an easy drinker. I will give it that.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's beer. It's not. There's nothing to complain about necessarily. It's just on a show where we're looking for certain things and it's boasting certain things. It's like you're not checking any single box other than beer.
Maybe 4 months. This one was offered on Tavor on March 21st.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not
I don't
that's
think
not
I was
an
gonna say, I don't
extended
think-
length of time. Not enough that I'd be like, yeah, we fucked up on this one.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I just don't think that it was ever strong flavored beer. to
Even if
begin
it
with.
was bottled in February and offered on Tavor in March, that's still not long enough to it, I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't take those flavors out of it, you know? If anything, it should taste off if we let it age too long. And it doesn't taste off. The beer tastes fine. There's just nothing to it. It's just a meh. I mean, it's
Skip
okay.
it.
I mean, just like I said at the beginning, meh.
Is that so? Consume it or can it, Joe?
I mean, I would drink it again just because I would try it. I would try it again just to see.
Last week it came.
I know.
Well, I would get it again.
No, but I would say though, Joe's consistent with his consume it or can
Right.
it based on the fact
If he
would
would
I
drink
drink
it,
it again?
yeah.
Like if
Right.
he's just going off that.
So
standard.
I would get it again just to see like fresh, if fresh is different than us sitting here for a couple months.
Well, I would say I
So
would say I would
and
say
it's,
I'd
and it's
try this
not,
beer
and it's
again.
like if there was only like if this was like the only thing, like yeah, drink it. Like it's not a bad beer.
Okay,
There's just
but
no
let's put it
flavor.
this way. Let's put it this way. You
Now.
go to a bar, and they've got Bollywood Theater, and they've got something else that you've never had on tap next to each other.
I get the thing that I've never had, just unless it says porter or stout.
Well, there you go. No, that's just the thing. It's like it's not. This is just a beer. It's just like a beer. There's nothing to be said about it otherwise. There's nothing special. There's nothing memorable about it. It's just oh yeah, I had that beer once. I couldn't tell you shit about it. Would I drink it again? Yeah, sure, just because it's beer. But I would never seek it out.
I think that's how we should judge Consume It or Can It. Would you look for this beer again if
I
it
tell
showed
my
up?
friends,
Let's
you
do
gotta
this.
try this.
Let's do it this way. Let's make this as our judgment. If it showed back up on Tavor, would you order it again? Yes or no?
No.
I would probably do it just to see if having it fresh is different than sitting on.
Okay, so consume it from Joe, can it from Scott, and I'm gonna can it too. I wouldn't order again. Because I feel like I'd be disappointed again.
Okay, well, never mind.
No, go ahead, go, Joe. Come on. Oh,
This has been Consume It or Can It. Brought to you by the good people at Tavor.com.
They're very good, by the way.
it
Tavor
is
is
fucking amazing. 'Cause let's look at it this way. I never would have even known this beer existed if it wasn't for Tavor.
Sure.
And that's the only
got
way.
that going for
that's
it.
but that's the only way you find out what you like and what you don't like in beers is
True.
trying as
Right.
many as you can.
Absolutely.
It's not a bad beer. We should preface that again. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's just not anything special. I'm not blown away by it like I was the Orange Juice IPA, where I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is crazy shit! I need more of this right now."
I won't be craving this midweek. I can promise you that.
Right. I won't be like, "Man, I wish we should have gotten another bomber of this."
Yeah.
I'll just be like, "All right, thanks." Moving on. All right. Well, this has been Craft Brewed Sports. I don't even think we went on 12 ounce tonight. We were there for like a minute. Oh, we're back on? Oh, good. All right, good. I thought we. No, I didn't
call.
think. I didn't think it ever started back up because we had to
Did
stop.
it have an issue?
Yeah, we had to stop
it
at the
was
beginning.
YouTube that had the issue, not 12 ounce.
Man, fucking YouTube, bro.
Dude, I'm
They're
starting
the
to get.
fretboard of online hosting.
I'm starting to get nervous about this
Facebook.
YouTube. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we might need to go back.
And we got people asking us to go back too. So there's that.
All right, here's the deal. If you guys want us to go back to Facebook or stay on YouTube, whatever your choice is, comment on this video. Leave us a comment below whether you want us to stay on YouTube or move back to Facebook. And depending on the comments, we'll make our decision. How about that? We'll leave it up to you guys to decide what you want us to do, and we'll figure it out from there.
How about that?
Also, please stay tuned. Join the group if you're not already in the Facebook group. Just search Craft Brewed Sports and find the group. And we are going to be doing a lot of giveaways coming up. Minuteman is hooking us up with some coupons and gift certificates for you guys. So be sure to join the group so that you can so that you can stay as up to date as possible on that. We also have an autograph flag that we are going to be giving away that we were supposed to give away. We're supposed to give it away at Fretboard, but...
Fretboard. Shout out to Fretboard, dude. They're the best.
Let's
update the poll.
Yeah, let's do the poll real quick.
I didn't even vote.
I didn't yet either. Motherfucker of the week, your options this week are Arizona Cardinals GM Steve Keim for being an all-around douchebag and dropping a dead cop's name during his DUI arrest and saying he was the head of security for Arizona, or the Pro Football Hall of Fame for going super petty and saying they will not mention T.O. anywhere in their program, their Hall of Fame ceremony, and they're going to crumple up his gold jacket and send it to him in a ready-to-ship mailer. They're
just gonna put it in a plastic bag, duct tape it, write the address, no return, stamp it, and hand it to their local postman.
All right, that's what they're gonna do.
You'll make sure this gets there, right?
Yeah,
cool. We're out.
Scott, who's your vote?
Until you told me earlier, because when I originally saw the story, I didn't know about the dead cop. I gotta go with Keim. Like that, the dead cop thing puts it over the edge for me.
I understand.
Man, don't double down on stupidity when you've already been pulled over for DUI is all I'm going to say.
I understand that shit happens, and like I'm not downplaying. Like if somebody gets a DUI, you're not a bad person, but why are you lying about your job to the officer? Like it doesn't. It's
what
not like
benefit does
there's
that
nothing.
provide
Yeah,
you?
there's nothing that does that. And then trying to drop a cop, the cop is what kind of puts it over. And the fact that in this picture he looks like my brother before my brother lost all his weight. My brother lost a shitload of weight and he doesn't look like him anymore. But man, this picture, like when I found this, I was like, is that Vic? Did Vic is Vic the GM for the Cardinals? But he's not. My vote is for Keim. Joe, help us out.
So, with your votes and the rest of everybody else voted, it is a 70-30 split for the Arizona Cardinals GM.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the dead cop thing, man. That's what does it.
That's what I'm saying. If you just lied, which the more I think about it, wouldn't you be more likely to get a DUI if you were higher on the pecking order? How does lowering yourself like, nah, man, you know what? I'm actually just a concession.
It's because he said security. He's trying to be like, I'm like you guys. I'm kind of a cop too. Just that's how I interpret it. I don't know. I could be wrong. But that's how I interpret it. Of like, no, I'm like you guys. I'm head of security for the Cardinals. Like you should let me off.
Wow, that's even.
It's douchey.
Worse.
It's super douchey.
It's scummy. But all right, whatever. It's got to be him.
It has to be. And everybody agrees with us. So there you go. There's your motherfucker of the week. Tune in next week as we figure out who else is shitty in the world of sports.
And maybe we won't also double up on the story on Upper Deck.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe not.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to check us out at all of your podcast subscriptions. Google Podcasts. We're on iTunes, Stitcher. 12 Ounce Radio. Thank you, 12 Ounce, for putting us on. We really appreciate it. It's fucking awesome what this station is doing. Sorry for the earlier. Apparently, they heard us talking about trying to get on YouTube in time. The settings were all fucked up, so that's why I was like, did we get back on 12? Anyways, whatever. Thank you to 12 Ounce for putting us on. You can follow the show at Craft Brewed Sports. Follow me at Mike Burlon. Follow Scott at ScottyK_Jr. You can follow Joe at JoeGoalie4. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter. Leave a comment below on this video. Let us know whether you want to stay on YouTube or move to Facebook. Cheers, everybody.
The fuck, Fretboard.